Hello everyone, this is Trussell242 and it's time for another episode of Skyrim. Now we're back right where we began. Well, right where we began, I mean right where we left off in the previous episode. Standing inside the creator's safe house. Nothing has changed mod-wise, so let's just hop right into it. Now, alright, in we go. Let's review my weapons. I still think it's very strange and suspicious that I actually haven't got any of my maces, and I have no idea where they are. But I'm going to ignore that for the sake of my own sanity. And instead I think... Ooh! Oh, I got a key holder. Oh, I like that. Well, let's just leave. And we do need to make up some sort of plan for today. Oh, and by the way, I'm saying this as the, well, outer character video creator. I'm having a light cold, so if you hear any roughness in my voice or similar, it's simply because of that. Don't worry about it. And unfortunately the builders are still outside, so there might be some construction noises in the background. I've tried my best to record when they're not around to avoid any such disturbances, but I cannot promise anything. It's a reasonable enough day, I suppose. I mean, you know, it's decent. But let's check out the journal. There's a Leviathan diamond around Quicksilver Mine. And there's a golden knife for the research project. Oh, I can get a diamond over in Dawnstar. But I suppose we could simply walk over. We could investigate that mysterious cave in the lighthouse, which would be quite interesting. And then we could move on to Winterhold, where I could deliver a case of Frost River mead. And then I could head down to meet Mercy Frey, which I think would be very good. There is a job I've got to do in Windhelm, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Oh, and there's a golden knife near Shore Stone in Riftenhold, I see. Well, never mind. So it's up to Dawnstar. You know, I've never seen that potion there. Oh, and there are even torch bugs and moths. There are a lot of flowers. I mean, this is a lovely place, this museum. This is gorgeous, I love it. And the safe house is just amazing. So I was thinking, we take a carriage to Dawnstar.
Tag, you're it. Can't catch me. Father says I shouldn't play with you anymore.
Well, you know, just kids being kids. I figure I could take a trip to the blacksmith, since I do need to buy a new mace, and I have no idea where my maces have gone. I mean, I did spend rather a lot of money on that elven mace. Who are you, woman in black?
Dean Inga says a bard can never have enough practice. So, would you like a tune? Need something?
I was going to ask you for a tune, but I guess you... Oh, never mind. So I should probably refill my water skins. It's always useful. It is a bit odd to know that Jarira is not going to be here making suggestive comments at me. I've become quite used to him doing that. Anyway, hello,
Seems
Bayram.
there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with?
What have you got for
Looking
sale?
to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Dwarven mace. 26. That seems rather good. Oh, that's very expensive. Definitely not taking that. I'm taking the dwarven mace though. Have I got any weapons I could sell you? No. Have I got any armor I could sell you? Well, I guess I could sell you this boiled leather cuirass. I have a lot of shields. And I guess I could sell you the leather doublet. I suppose the vampire armor as well. The red bandana, I have no idea why I'm carrying that around. I'm not selling the boiled chitin heavy armor though. It's heavy, but it looks interesting, so I'm keeping it.
Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
That's good. Now let
You want to talk?
well, never mind, Inigo. I'm going
Back
to let you
to
wear
business.
that if that's what you enjoy wearing. It's no business of mine what you choose to put on, after all. Even though it does make you look a bit weird. And there is one thing I suppose I've got to check. Have I got any firewood with me? I've got some dead wood. Just can't find any firewood. Well, never mind. Suppose I should have picked some up from the museum, but I'm ready for this journey now, you know. Traveling to Dawnstar. I think I have been there once, but I'm not sure. It's one of those bitterly cold little villages. Well, there you are, Frost. Always faithful. Now let me see, what have we got? A bunch of stuff. I figured it might be a good idea to give Frost some firewood to carry. I mean, maybe. I shall see if I can use the cook fire of the... No, I can't cook anything. That's a bit of a shame, but I've got a fair bunch of food. We should be alright, Inigo. Perhaps there's a wood chopping block down at the farm. I think it might be a good idea to pick up some firewood so we're not stuck, you know, freezing half to death while out camping. That's no fun. Where would they keep their chopping block? Over there, excellent. Now, I apologize for this somewhat lengthy animation. It's pretty annoying, in my opinion. Right, that should be enough for at least one fire, and I've got some dead wood as well. Oh, there's some mushrooms growing here. Oh well. Time to speak to the carriage man. Hello
Good
there.
afternoon.
I would like to hire your carriage, please.
Where do you want to go? Going straight
In the
through, or did you want to
pale.
stop somewhere along the way?
You can take me straight to Dawnstar, please.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Just sit back. This won't take long.
Alright. I am wondering what on earth. I mean, that Kalai person, she said something about meeting where the end began or something. Oh, and we're here. It's bloody cold and we're quite miserable. I think that we should seek out an inn. Well, I suppose we could go to that Quicksilver mine, but...
Can't sleep well no matter how much drink I put in me.
Oh, that sounds not so good. I hope you don't mind me picking this over. And now I remember seeing something about the Quicksilver mine. I mean, surely the mines would be...
I work in the mine just like everyone else.
Oh, that's good. Shady Sam.
Need something?
No, I have no idea who you are.
Frost took my husband years ago. He was a good man.
I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, this is a mining town. Oh, there's a smelter over there. Well, maybe it's this mine. It say something in or around. I believe my journal said in or around Quicksilver mine. Right, I'm very cold. In the interests of not freezing to death, I'm going to go to the inn instead. Surely there is an inn. Slave house, no. Come on, I've seen a man standing around outside. Lake Elf's house, no. It was up here, wasn't it? Yes. I'm sorry, it's a bit hard to think with this cold. It's just so very... Well, it's so very cold. I mean, I'm wearing the warmest clothes I own, but perhaps they are not enough. Well, here we are then, we'll peek in.
Welcome. Let me know if you want it. I think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
I'm just one of the
that's
miners.
interesting.
I don't want any trouble.
Oh, another Dunmer.
You should quit working in the eastern mine. Lake Elf's no good to work for.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
Legelf is a good man, and I'm not running out on
Well,
him
what
now.
is wrong with everyone around there? People
Oh,
keeps...
got a bit of interest in your
I've heard
boss,
2
do
people
you?
talking about bad dreams.
Not that it's any of your business.
Frost took my husband years ago. He was a good man.
I'm sorry to hear about that. Hello there, Thorin.
Need a room? Don't worry. Nightmares don't seem to happen for travelers.
More about the nightmares. I would like to
Sure
rent a
thing.
room, please.
It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room.
Oh,
Right
there
this
once
way.
was a hero named Ragnar the Red who
Oh.
came riding to Whiterun from old Warwick's stead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles.
Let me know
and
if there's
gold he
anything
had
else you
made.
need.
You wouldn't mind.
But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
Good grief, Inigo, that
"Oh, you
bard.
talk and you lie and you drink alarmy. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed."
She needs to go to the bard to call it to the
And so
blood.
then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in.
Ah. I hope I can sleep through all that racket.
Full of zeal.
Let us
Oh, you have
rest
a
here
demon?
for a while. This is pleasant.
Named Ragnar was
Yes. Got some soup, some chicken, maybe some grilled leeks. Some water.
for no more. When his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Okay, that was... Yeah, that was... something, alright? Please stick to instrumental performances, please.
I work in the mine just like everyone else.
Right, now let's see.
Used to be twice as many miners working here before all this trouble started.
Everyone seems to be mentioning some trouble. Search the area around Quicksilver Mine. Alright.
I work for the Wind Peak Inn. You should head on inside.
I've been there, it's alright.
I'm just one of the miners. I don't want any trouble.
I mean, it's a beautiful clear day. So I reckon that is the Quicksilver Mine. And there's supposed to be a diamond somewhere. And is this some miner's house, do you think? Faruki's house. Well, it's locked, so clearly Faruki, whoever that is, doesn't want me inside. Well, I suppose I should... Oh, this is Quicksilver Mine, good. Hopefully... I mean, it did say Leviathan Diamond. That's a bit weird. I hope they'll understand that it's for the museum, it's not for my own personal gain. Good grief, it's dark. Okay, that's a bit better. Hopefully this isn't one of those mines with exploding gas in the air that you hear about sometimes. Well, I can't see any diamonds. I'm just looking, well, everywhere really, to see if I can perhaps find one. There are a lot of pickaxes and quicksilver ore. Well, I'm not going mining, that's for sure. A potion of magicka. And some, oh wow, that's very valuable actually. Never mind what I just said. Might go miner after all, though. Ooh. Would you mind if I... sorry for upsetting all your plates and everything. So sorry. I have no idea what happened there.
Here to mine?
Yes, definitely. Here to mine. I mean, I suppose if it really is a diamond, it would be foolish to hope that it would just be laying around somewhere. I guess I could jump down here. That's a bit odd. They got a bladed rug over here. Well, I guess it's maybe to sit down on after they're done mining. Oh, I'm sorry if I knocked something over. Well,
Plenty of quicksilver today.
I'm sure of it. Oh, and that's just... Oh. Well, I mean, this mine can't be that large, surely. I'm trying to sort of scour every corner for any sign of that supposed diamond. I mean, maybe just bad information. Why would anyone keep it? I just took some quicksilver ore. I don't know what's going on over there. Just the ore. I'm assuming that is the banner of Dawnstar. No, this was just someone. I'm a complete fool. But surely you can't just. Well, it. I mean, that's a very big diamond. It's a huge diamond. Wow, that's. I don't think I've seen anything like that. That was. I mean, it's a gorgeous piece. And well, it's honestly, it's going to the museum. I swear, I'm not just robbing you. It's going to the museum. I mean, you can't just leave something like that. You have to. You know, if it's in the museum, it will be kept safe. But we're right. Oh, good. It's still a warm day. Really, you're standing around shirtless in this cold.
Dawnstar, and you can tell those Ironbreaker miners I sent so.
If
I get any rest soon, I'll call myself richer than a king. I mine, work the smelter. Ain't much else to tell. Been mining all my life. Silver is as much my home as anywhere.
Okay, so out of my rough amethyst I can make a flawed amethyst.
Yes?
Or I can make a 1 carat amethyst. Or I can make it into a 10 carat amethyst. I'm going to try. I'm also going to try to turn my rough sapphire into a 10 carat sapphire.
Good morning.
I wonder if I can do that with anything.
Yes?
Oh, well, at least I've sort of refined some gems.
Yes?
I can make
Yes?
a 30 carat ruby. Interesting. Well, I mean, why not? I've got some rough rubies. I don't know where I've got my rough rubies, but
Good morning.
I can make some quicksilver ingot. I have no idea why I would want to, but never mind.
If I get any rest soon, I'll count myself richer than a king.
Well, I suppose we can just head out camping then. That's this place done.
I wasn't born in Skyrim, but when I served in the Legion, this land became mine.
There's be a lot of people eager to tell me they're like, what is this? This looks weird.
Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening, Medina.
Museum? What's this?
I'm here to lend my magic to the people of Dawnstar.
And
Oh,
here
hello?
comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
Museum of the Mythic Dawn?
Yes. My collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire.
Oh yes.
Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
Well, sure.
Let's talk inside.
I'm here on behalf of another museum. It will be interesting to see what your museum is like. We've got some nice decorations. I like that.
Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned.
Alright, so... Well, I mean, I guess I
The
can't
tapestries
blame
hung
you.
here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet and plot.
I've got to give it to you,
The
those...
cult's greatest accomplishment was the assassination of the Septim Dynasty and the opening of the Oblivion Gates.
Yes, not much more accomplishment if you ask me. I mean, I suppose it's sort of a big move to assassinate an emperor, but opening those Oblivion Gates wasn't exactly a good thing. Let's see.
Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of
Yes, it was a
yarn
bit of a
used to
mess.
make the robe was colored with a dye, made from sacrificial blood.
Really? I mean, they are a deep red, but not the red of dried blood. I mean... Never mind. What's this?
That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever.
Yes, I heard about that. Can't really read what it says. I see there's Daedric on it, but I mean... I'm not that good at reading. And what's that?
Ah, yes. That scabbard. Notice the insignia? An Oblivion Gate. A key symbol of Mehrunes Dagon, the patron Daedra of the Mythic Dawn.
Yes. He's also the patron Daedra of destruction, so... What's this?
The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
Yes, and I'm sure that went absolutely perfect. When crazy cult leaders tell you that they will lead you into paradise, you don't listen. What is this? I think he's looking the other way. Inigo. Oh, never mind. Alright, you said you had a job or
Did you have
something
any
for me.
questions about the museum? Or would you rather talk business?
Well, first of all, why did you open this museum?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself.
Oh.
We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realized that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill.
Well, I mean, it's not really something to be proud of, you know. But, I mean, yeah, I suppose it's a personal interest in history. And what can you tell me about this Mythic Dawn cult? I know a little bit, but you seem to know rather a lot.
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel.
Yes.
All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum.
And who is Mehrunes Dagon, by the way? With Dunmer, we know him as one of the four corners of the House of Troubles. The other four corners are Sheogorath, Molag Bal, and Malakath. But do go on. Please tell me what you know about Mehrunes Dagon.
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition.
Ambition?
Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
Yes, I know that. I'm not, you know, completely ignorant. I know a little bit about history. Oh yes, a courier gave me this pamphlet about the museum. Did you send these out?
And here you are. I hope you found the museum to your liking.
I mean, it's a bit small, I got to say. But, you know, you're operating out of Dawnstar. You should come to Solitude and look at the Solitude Museum. You might get some ideas on how to do things. You need a sort of impressive building. I mean, this is just clearly something you've done in your home. You need a specific building for the purpose. And you need, you know, make it grand, statues, that sort of thing, right? But you said something about a job.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn.
Well,
One
obviously.
of these groups found Mehrunes' razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
Alright. You want me to get those fragments, I'm assuming, for your museum?
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders. And the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal.
Okay. Well, I mean... Look, I'll do it, but you better be willing to pay me for my efforts.
Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked.
Sure. And can you tell me some more about this razor?
The razor is Mehrunes Dagon's personal artifact. It has always heralded bloody change and carnage. It's held many names. Dagger of the Final Wounds, Bane of the Righteous, the Kingslayer.
Appropriate names.
The Mythic Dawn worshipped Dagon as a god. Having his razor would be invaluable to my collection. Good luck finding the fragments.
Yes, thank you. You know what, Inigo? Let's just step over here for a bit. Alright, so Inigo. This guy, I don't trust him one bit, and I don't like dealing with Mehrunes Dagon. I mean, he is one of the corners of the House of Troubles. And this seems like a very bad idea in so many ways, but look, if we find those fragments, we could take them to the museum. We know that it'll be kept safe there, and this moron won't have them. I mean, I'm sure he's I just look at this place. Look at this place. Where would you where would you rather have the shards of Maroon's race, right? Would you have them out here in Dawnstar, or would you have them in the museum in Solitude? It's quite easy choice, isn't it? Here we go. By the way, we're not speaking about anything important. Just discussing, just talking about history and how lovely your museum is. So, yes, nice slaughterfish on the wall there. But you do have a big fire, and I approve of that. It's very, what's the word? Rustic. Yes, rustic. That's the word. That is where I will end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. You've been watching Crystal for 2 Play Skyrim, and I hope you enjoyed watching. You know, if you like, then you could leave a like or even a comment on this video. And if you really like this video, then you can subscribe to me for more videos like this. You could also perhaps share this video with one of your friends who might be interested in this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!